Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
A very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us today on Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We're about to do an in-depth planetary puja for Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in the state of New Mexico in USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. They are also each represented by a divine light being, and it is those light beings whose blessings we are invoking as we do this puja. We're using the chart of now based on where I am in New Mexico, and I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. There is a link below the video for anyone who's new to the South Indian style layout, to a little tutorial video. Each of the 12 boxes in the chart you're looking at represents a particular zodiac sign. We're going to honor all of the planets. We're going to honor the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, the planets that rule the signs that various planets are in. So I have on a side table, I have the chart drawn in chalk on a little chalkboard, and that's what I'm going to use as my puja area. And I have a lit tea light, I have a hand fan, I have a bell, and I also have a bowl with a lot of flower petals in it, fresh flower petals, which I'm going to offer during the puja. And every time we say Namaha, I'm going to be placing a flower petal into an appropriate place on the chart on the little blackboard. We're going to first start with, well, actually, I also have a little container of water. And what I'm going to do with the water right now is stick the ring finger of my right hand into it and sprinkle a few drops of water on each side of the blackboard, purifying the space for the puja, putting a few drops of water on top of me to purify me, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or watching it later on a replay, we're all participating in this for the sense of being in a sacred space and being purified for what we're doing. So we'll start now with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles with this puja, and we ask him to remove obstacles for everyone here in their day or their evening. And we thank him for his help with this. Now I'm going to do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. There is a link for this chant up above earlier in the chat if you're not familiar with it. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarkumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarkumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Gnanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, I'm going to honor various time elements that are active right now in this local area. We're going to honor the planet that rules the day, the star that the moon is in, the Tithi or the moon phase, the planet that rules the hour, as well as the Yoga and Karana time elements. We start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Wednesday, which is ruled by Mercury. I'll put the flower petals on top of Mercury on the little blackboard chart. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we invoke the star that the moon is in. Right now the moon is in a star called Swati. This is a star symbolized as young shoots of plants that are blowing in the wind. There's a bit of independence or restless energy associated with this star. These people like to be in motion, traveling, etc. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi or the moon phase. Right now in my area, we are in the third waxing moon, which is called Tritya in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use the Sanskrit name and we would follow that with the word Devi, which is invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Om Tritya Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules the hour, which in my local area right now is the moon. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now, for the yoga and the karana, Dr. Pillai said we wouldn't use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Vaidriti, which has energies that are divisive. Vaidriti, Vaidriti, Vaidriti. And the karana that's active right now is one called Garija, which has energies of increased effort. Garija, Garija, Garija. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai instructed that we would always start with whatever sign is the ascendant sign, meaning the planet coming up over the horizon on the eastern horizon. Right now in this area, that is Kanya or Virgo. AC is what's representing ascendant, and it's in the sign right now of Virgo. He said we would start the puja on the chart with whatever planet rules the ascendant sign. Virgo happens to be ruled by Mercury. So again, we honor Mercury. I put more flower petals on him. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting with the ascendant sign, we'll go in a clockwise direction around the chart, looking at each sign that has planets in it and honoring them. So starting right now with the ascendant sign, Mercury retrograde and Venus and the Sun are all in Virgo. We're going to honor Mercury retrograde and Venus first because they're in the same star. And we'll do them before we honor the star. And then we'll go and do the Sun. So we're starting with Mercury, who's retrograde, who rules this sign, and also who's exalted in this sign. I put more flower petals on him. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Next, we honor Venus. Normally, Venus is considered debilitated or weakened when it's in Virgo, but because Mercury is here right now, who is both the ruler of the sign and exalted here, that cancels debilitation of Venus. We honor Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Mercury and Venus are both in a star called Uttara Phalguni, a star with energies for relationships. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across Mercury and Venus. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by Aryaman. He has agenda for honoring contracts, keeping one's word, having integrity. We ask his blessings. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Virgo. I put more flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Hasta, a star that's symbolized as an open hand in blessing. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta is ruled by Savitur, who is a form of the sun. He's actually referenced in the Sun Gayatri mantra that was composed by the sage Vishvamitra. It starts out, Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur. That's our Savitur, the one that's ruling Hasta star. This is in this mantra for the sun by the sage Vishvamitra because Savitur helps with the enlightenment of human consciousness. It's said that his light can harness our mind and help stretch our thoughts toward higher truths. We honor Savitur, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. We honor the moon, and I put flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, one concerned with analysis and organization. Today containing Mercury, planet of communication, planet that helps with computers and everything to do with electricity and electronics. Venus, a planet of passion, a planet that can help us with diplomacy and enjoyment of material plane comforts. And the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Going in a clockwise direction, the next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains the moon and Ketu. We start with honoring the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon right now is in Swati, a star that Dr. Pillai says can give divine blessings for positive expectations. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the element of the air. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Ketu for being in Libra. I put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We ask for blessings from both of them, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a sign with a focus of balance and harmony, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Going in a clockwise direction, the next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto retrograde and also Saturn retrograde. We honor Pluto, and with him we use the mantra Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttarashada. This is a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn, who is also retrograde, for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and good reputation. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that can help with patience, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune, who is also retrograde. We honor Neptune, and for him we use the mantra Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can help with purification. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhajapadaye Namaha. Purvabhajapada's star is ruled by an archetype called Aja Ekapada. He's able to give blessings to help us experience deeper levels of silence and stillness and forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhajapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is also retrograde. We honor Jupiter, and I put flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttarabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this star can help us with business development. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada's star is ruled by Arbundya, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask his blessings to guard our treasures and our valuables, including our own planet. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada's star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical and transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps us with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. These two planets are both in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both of the planets before I invoke this star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor Uranus, and the mantra we use for him is Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, which represents the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. I place the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama. Among other things, he is an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that helps with intelligence, innovation, success in life, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. I don't know what happened here with the screen. There we go. Mars is in a star called Mrigashira, a star symbolized with the head of a deer, a very gentle animal. This is a star that can help us with having curiosity and willingness to learn new things, try new things, have new adventures. We honor this star. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Mrigashira star is ruled by Soma, a liquid form of the moon, as a divine nectar, a nectar of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrigashira star is ruled by Mars. Again, we honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded earth sign that's also luxury loving, today containing Mars, a planet of passion, and a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. And we ask Mars to bless all those who are helping people in any way with protection or service, such as the firefighters, the police, the military, the people that are going out in the storms to get the electricities and other things back up for people. We ask Mars to protect and help all of them in their service that they're doing today on this planet. We thank him for his help with that. Now I'm taking a lit tea light and I'm holding it above the blackboard chart and above the flower petal piles. And I'm going to pass the tea light 3 times in a clockwise direction in the air above the chart, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I'm taking a little hand fan and I'm going to wave that 3 times around the chart, offering the element of air. Some of you could use a lit incense stick if you wanted to do that. So I'm offering air and a cooling breeze. And now I'm taking a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and I ask all of these divine beings that we've just invoked to bless all of us, to bless our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire planet. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do some short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. We have a little time right now for some short question and answer. If you want to post any questions in the chat, I will try to do my best to answer them. And again, we appreciate those of you who press the like button and also subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel to grow. Dr. Pillai would like this channel to grow and have more and more programs on it. So we appreciate your help with that as well. Checking the chat to see if there's any questions posted for today. Ranak is saying, there's a concentration of 3 planets in Virgo. How do we read this combination? So 3 planets in a sign obviously is creating a bit of focus on the energies of that particular environment. All of the signs are an environment, and Virgo environment, it helps us with organization, logical thinking, analysis, numbers. So it could be a good time to look at some practical stuff in our life. I mean, it's the sun. The sun may be lighting up some areas for us to look at, maybe, you know, a time to do some spring or fall cleaning, depending on which hemisphere you're in. While the sun is in Virgo, maybe to clean out closets or get things a bit more organized. Mercury, of course, rules numbers. We might want to look at, you know, maybe everything related to our bills or our checking account balanced or anything like that could also be getting amplified. And Venus there, Venus is normally not so happy to be in Virgo. All of the planets have a sign that they really like to be in. They feel very comfortable there. And they all have a sign where they don't feel so comfortable. If you think about Venus, it's a planet of passion and love. And to be in a sign that's more logical and analytical isn't so comfortable for him. However, the fact that he is also there with Mercury cancels that discomfort, because Mercury is making him feel welcome and, you know, kind of being extra nice to him, because Mercury owns the sign and also is exalted in the sign. So that cancels a lot of the discomfort of Venus. Venus is exalted 7 signs away over in Pisces, where it's very metaphysical, transcendental, because the highest form of love, the highest form of passion is love of God. And so all of the planets have one sign where they're kind of weak and unhappy. And then 7 signs away from that is the sign where they feel very strong. There is that kind of relationship. And if you think about the qualities of planets and the qualities of the environments, you begin to understand why they feel comfortable or uncomfortable in certain signs. So with 3 planets in Virgo, I would say it's a time for us to be a bit more detail oriented, to be a bit more pragmatic, to be a bit more organized, and to be paying attention to perfecting things, to be making things as perfect as possible in our life, to not be cutting corners, not be skimping, that type of thing. So that's a little bit of a short explanation for that, Ranak. I hope that helps you. But when you have you know, several planets in a sign, you want to look at the energies of the sign, the energies of those different planets, and kind of appreciate how important the qualities of that sign may be for us at this time. Okay. So sun in Virgo, the spring or fall cleaning, depending on your hemisphere, might be something to focus on. All right. Thank you. I'm glad that was a good explanation for you. I'm happy for that. Any other questions today? I want to wish everyone a very happy Navaratri. We're in the 9 nights of the goddess. Last night was our last night of Durga, and tonight, at least in North America, it'll be our first night for honoring Lakshmi, the goddess who's associated with Shrimbrezi sound, for prosperity, beauty, grace, refinement, that type of thing, purity. All right. So Pamela's saying she got called away from the call. That's fine. Please always take care of whatever you have to do in your location. And we have recordings that you can go back to if you want to do that. All right. Well, see you all tomorrow. We'll be doing this again. Again, appreciate you being here. And we do appreciate those of you who subscribe to the channel, who like the videos, as it does help the channel to grow. Namaste, everyone. The light in me honors the light in you. May light encompass all.